In this video, I want to show you the workflow I've been using to create roads that fit naturally into a landscape, while keeping everything as simple and visual as possible. The add-on I'm using is still a work in progress. It's basically the next version of my original landscape road generator. The first version could already generate clean quad-based roads that followed the terrain while keeping the road itself nice and level, just like real roads. To get started, I simply add a plane and give it a subdivision surface modifier. I keep the boundaries nice and sharp so the terrain stays square instead of getting rounded corners. Next, I add a displace modifier and load a height map that I made in Gaea 2. That height map is what creates all the mountains and valleys. I also change the texture mapping to extend, which helps keep the edges looking clean. Before I start placing roads, I like to create a simple material that makes the height differences easier to see. It isn't anything fancy. It just gives me a much better view of where the steep slopes and flatter areas are. That way, while I'm drawing roads, I can easily guide them around hills and cliffs instead of accidentally driving straight through a mountain. Now it's time to use the new version of Landscape Road Generator. I've been working on it a lot over the past few weeks, and one of the biggest improvements is the new intersection system. Creating crossings is much easier now, and there are several different styles to choose from depending on what you're trying to build. I've also spent some time optimizing the add-on so everything feels much smoother while editing. There are still a few things that need some work. Every now and then, certain intersections can create overlapping geometry, and the roads don't always blend perfectly into the terrain yet. Luckily, those are things I already know about, and they are on my list to fix. I also want to improve the editing handles. My goal is to make it even clearer where you're moving a road before you actually place it. For this demo, I just start creating some random roads. I split them into different sections, move the handles around, and create a few intersections so you can get a good idea of what the add-on can already do. Here I'm showing the different intersection types that are available. You can choose between an exact overlap intersection or a large intersection. The exact overlap option creates a straightforward road crossing with clean, fully optimized geometry. The large intersection creates a much wider junction, making it feel more like a small town square or an open intersection. As you can see, you can also add multiple split roads and connect them between any numbered control points. These split roads fully support automatic intersection detection as well, so everything connects together without any manual setup. Here I'm doing a bit of experimenting and testing with a feature that's still a work in progress. As you can see, it's possible to add multiple additional roads. Using the numbered control point system, you can create new road branches from different control points, making it easy to build more complex road networks. This part is still being refined, but it already gives a good idea of the flexibility the system is designed to offer. Once I apply the modifiers properly, everything works exactly as expected. One of my favorite features in Landscape Road Generator V2 is that it automatically creates smooth, realistic mountain roads. You don't have to spend time adjusting every curve by hand. On top of that, you have full control over how gently or aggressively the roads follow the terrain by adjusting the slope softness settings. From there, I adjust a few elevation settings until I'm happy with how the roads sit inside the landscape. After finalizing everything, I clean up a couple of small holes and triangulate a few faces where it's needed. Towards the end, I run into one intersection that still creates some incorrect geometry. Since I already know what's causing it, I just fix it manually for now. It's another small issue that will be solved in a future update. Finally, I move around the scene and show the finished result from different camera angles, so you can get a good look at how the roads blend into the landscape. Overall, I'm really happy with how the project is coming along, and I'm looking forward to adding even more improvements in future versions. At the moment, I haven't focused on texturing the roads yet. That's something I'll be covering in a future presentation, where I'll show the complete workflow and explain how I approach creating the road materials. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to my channel if you like this and want to stay updated for future development on this topic.